So I was actually really happy today to wake up, check my YouTube stats, and see that yesterday's video was received really well. I was super nervous that a lot of the videos that I've been releasing recently, especially, wouldn't do that well if people weren't like super into them because they weren't directly about League of Legends or featured gameplay footage from other video games. But seeing that you guys still like my videos even if it's not League of Legends or even if it's not directly related to League of Legends, I mean, that's a really empowering, exciting thing. Sometimes when you're a YouTuber, you make videos where you expect them to do pretty well. You expect like, okay, this is a really good video idea that can help grow my channel if I make this video really well, and if I do everything right, then this could be big. Whereas there's some other video ideas you get where you're like, okay, I'm just making this video because this is something I want to make. It's probably going to hurt my channel more than anything. I feel like that's something I've been doing a lot of recently. I've been making videos that I just want to make for the sake of making them, not making videos because I expect them to grow my channel. I'm just trying to make the kinds of videos that I want to make and hope that you guys will kind of like them. But you guys really do seem to be enjoying them. You really do seem to watch my videos for me and not just for League of Legends anymore. So I want to say thank you very much for that. Anyway, today's video, we're going back to League of Legends. We're going to be talking a little bit today about the Fiora rework. Okay, I was going to try and be a little too over-aggressive and then die and then talk about how I'm not very good with Fiora, but Fizz kind of ruined our plan right there. Generally, I don't think I'm very good with Fiora. I don't think I'm that good with the rework yet. I don't really quite get the feel of it in general, I think, and I got a lot to learn if I'm going to play Fiora a lot more top lane. I think the Fiora rework is actually a really weird rework in positive and negative ways. Now, I've been trying to pay attention to what people think of it, and from what I've seen from the people that I've talked to and seen just people talking about the rework in general, I think a lot of people actually really don't like the rework and think that it makes her worse. But I'm not quite sure if I agree. It's a really weird rework that I don't think we've ever really seen before. Typically when Riot create a champion or they rework one, they have like a very set idea of what kind of champion they want it to be, as in what kind of lane they want it to go down, and then build the champion around that lane. But Fiora seems to be the first champion where that isn't the case. Fiora was not designed to be a top laner, she was just designed to be a fencer. When Riot creates a champion like Gnar or a champion like Bard, they typically say, okay, this is a champion that's going to be a top laner, or this is a champion that's going to be a support, so we're going to give them a kit that allows them to be a top laner. Gnar is like the perfect top laner, super tanky while still having a fair amount of damage as a bruiser and then a ton of CC. But Fiora wasn't really designed to be a top laner, or a mid laner, or an AD carry, or really anything. She was just sort of designed to be a really cool fencing champion. I think it's a really cool rework in that she feels like a fencer, and I'm really excited at the thought of what Fiora mains will actually be able to pull off with the champion once they master her. But at the same time, because she was designed to be a fencer and not a top laner, she doesn't really fit into top lane. She's lacking in that she's a champion who doesn't have a lane to call home. She is not clearly meant to be a top laner or an AD carry or a mid laner or whatever. She's just sort of a weird champion. She's a fencer and a really cool fencer, but there isn't really a place for a fencer in League of Legends. This is a bit of a weird design philosophy that Riot has actually seemed to do a little bit, also with Gangplank in the last rework. A lot of the rework champions, it looks like they aren't really trying to make them fit into a lane specifically, but just give them really cool kits that people will hopefully like to play and eventually master, and then people will find a lane for them. I'm not entirely sure how well that's going to work out for them, but it's something that I think is definitely an interesting change from what we've seen before. It's a kind of change that I think is cool and exciting, but at the same time could go very wrong. It almost feels like Riot is trying to treat us like we're artists, like they're saying, here is an amazing set of paints and paintbrushes, go create some amazing art, but at the same time they're like putting us as impressionists into a romantic era or something, where we're just gonna be made fun of for trying to, actually this is a really bad reference. We aren't gonna be appreciated because this is not where our art should fit in. This is not the era that our art should be in. Fiora doesn't really feel like she's a champion that fits anywhere in League of Legends, but she feels like a champion that's really cool and has a lot of potential. I really am curious to see how this rework will do and how many people will try her out and really try and master her, but more than anything, I'm curious to see where it will be like a year down the road. Anyway, these are just some of my thoughts on the Fiora rework that I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you all enjoyed watching today's video. You can of course leave your own thoughts in the comments down below. I'll see you all tomorrow, but until then, thank you very much for watching today's video. Good luck in solo queue, and have a wonderful day.